Okay, everyone, here we are. We are about to create a new listing from scratch within Dotloop. This means you have not started any paperwork yet. You just got the call today that they're thinking about listing this week and they'd like you to come out and take measurements, and you already got the listing, but you just got to start with the paperwork. So what I'm going to do is show you how to create a brand new listing template using the documents we've already created and set up and the loop templates that I started for you. So here, you're going to search again, make sure that you have not started the loop or that for any reason it doesn't already come up in the system under your name. And we're going to call this listing 1234 CBHP Drive. I'll do Sycamore this time. Okay. I don't see a loop that's already been created, so I'm going to click Create a Loop. We're going to name it. And nothing comes up so far. No matching addresses or anything. All right, now we're going to select the template, and we're going to select the listing packet, the Sycamore listing packet that I have created that predetermines all the initial paperwork you need, separated into folders, and also has myself added as a managing broker to the role if needed in your loop, and it also sets the workflow as a listing. So we're going to click Create Loop, and then we will see all the documents populate in the loop once it's created. Okay, so now you'll see the address up at the top, the listing for sale. That was already designated with this template that this would be a listing for sale. Okay, you can change your loop status to pre-listing because you are about to start the paperwork and get that all sent off to your clients. Now, what I always recommend doing is starting with the View Details tab and complete as much work as you possibly can within this. You can add the people, like your sellers. We're going to add my husband. We do not add him to the team. And then we're going to call that the seller. You can send an intro email and type a message. Welcome to Dotloop. Let's get started. All right, add the person. So that seller is already now set up and will pre-populate into all the fields that you're going to start. Now you also want to add in, oh, I do that all the time, excuse me, CBHP Drive, Sycamore, and of course it won't recognize this address. We're just testing some loops here. We're going to say the county. We don't have the MLS number. We can add a parcel ID. Just adding in a few numbers here. We're going to list the, we don't have no contract information yet or offer dates yet. This is a brand new listing. So we're going to put in the commission rate. Say it's 5. We're going to go for 6.5%. Okay. We don't need to complete anything else at this time until we go under contract. If there was referral information here, you can do that. This is where you're going to want to add your expiration dates. So you can put this into March 31st of next year. We'll say it's March of this year is the listing date. $250 is the original list price. Okay. You can enter any information you can here that you might have already available to you. But at least you can always add this later if you don't have it right off the gate. We're going to put year build, 1999. Okay, just a couple of basic details. Always save the details. Okay, now you can go back to your loop. Now that you've added as much details as you can. And we're going to start creating and typing in the paperwork. So we're going to go through everything that we need to have signed by the sellers. I'm going to select all the documents that need to be completed. And again, some forms in here might be specific to our local area or our board, so you might see different forms there. You can also include all the pamphlets that you want to share with them so that they have those handy if you're doing this electronically or your sellers are out of state and you're not going to be able to do this with them in person. The great thing about all these items is that you can print them, download them, fax them. You don't have to necessarily share through Dotloop if for some reason your sellers are limited in that capacity or want to receive it another way. This is great for all types of users, technical or not. So once I've selected all this, I'm going to open the documents I need to prepare. And if I have my roles complete, I see that my seller name is already in here. And I have as much details as I can about the property in that I've already added in my details page. Okay, you can click on autofill. And it's going to tell you how many fields have been autofilled, which is excellent. And some fields are already assigned to people for approval. So you're going to enter all the details you need to enter in here. You can select items. You can have your seller select. If you tell them to fill and sign, they can select items that need to be included through here. You got to make sure your name is entered. Okay, that assigns it to me. Okay, and then it's already designated for your sellers. Since you've put them in designated as a seller, it knows that BB needs to initial here. So you don't have to go in and tag all of your documents for your seller to sign. This is the best part about it. You don't need to get your managing broker signature or anything until after you've completed all the paperwork with your seller as you've done in the past. Once you've gone through, checked all your paperwork, everything's filled in and complete, you can click on Save and Share and send it off to your sellers. So it's going to show that I've sent 19 fields to be assigned to Brant Boyer, and I'm going to let him fill and sign because I know that there's some parts that I'm going to need him to type in because I wasn't exactly sure of the details. Can also attach the PDF to the email in case for any reason they cannot get into the Dotloop system or they're just struggling and they're not very technical. You can always attach the PDF to the email so they can just open it and print it if needed. And then you click Share. Now let's say that this document's been sent off, has been signed by the seller, and now I've gotten notification, it's come back to me and it's been signed by my seller, and I'm done the MLS forms already, it's uploaded in the MLS, and I'm ready to go. Everything that I've already asked to be signed, this where it shows it's waiting, you can see the status. Okay. You can also then select all the paperwork that's been complete, and then you can click Submit to Review. That is where you're going to get the authorization from the admin and the manager that this is an approved listing and it's active and going. So here you'll see which folder to select. We're going to do the initial listing paperwork folder. That's where all the documents are held that we need to send. This is already predetermined as a listing workflow, so you shouldn't need to change that. You can also put a message in here for your admin or manager and click Submit. And now it shows all the documents that have been submitted. Keep in mind you can minimize or expand any of these folders if you don't want to look at all the extra documents in there. You can also archive items maybe you don't need. This was built in '99. I don't need a lead-based paint. So I can archive the forms I don't want to look at. You can also drag and reorder any forms and drop them in between another spot if you'd like as well. Whatever is easier for your workflow. And that is submitting a listing for review by creating all the documents within a new listing template. And we will do another video that will show what to do once you've already had everything signed or you want to add documents to the loop. Thanks for your time.